I've always had a hard time getting out of my head. This has helped me definitely overcome that.
I use cold water exposure as a way of recovery.
I started cold exposure primarily to recover from marathon training a few years ago, but then I've started doing full cold plunges more like 7-8 months ago.
My name is Ben Sorensen, and I am 59 years old. I started cold exposure almost 3 years ago. I've dealt with depression most of my life, and it has been a great tool for kind of resetting myself mentally and staying mentally strong and dealing with the depression. And when I do it, I feel like I've got a huge energy boost. I get in and I'll allow myself one gasp through my mouth, and then I close my mouth and I just breathe through my nose, and I can just calm myself down. And then you kind of get into this almost a deep meditative state.
And my name's Ben Sorensen, and I'm 32. You know, intentionally getting in a cold plunge, forcing myself to reset, I've noticed a huge difference in terms of the stress level that I feel at work. Once I'm in there, you know, it's doing my best to control my breath. Intentional departures from the comfort zone, like intentionally doing difficult things, intentionally doing the things that we don't want to do, make the day-to-day stuff that we don't want to do way less daunting. You know, now it's no problem for me to work a little bit later, or to have that meeting I don't want to have, or to, you know, fill out the paperwork I don't want to fill out, or to do the workout I don't want to do.
I've been doing cold water therapy since I was in high school. My name is Stella, and I'm 22 years old. I've noticed from the times that I do go out and do a polar plunge is I just feel more connected with my being. I really am a firm believer of once you're comfortable, you don't find growth. Being exposed to the cold water, your mind can tap into different neural pathways. You are in an uncomfortable state where your body has to adapt and work in a different way to sustain your being. Cold water exposure is just another practice. So you're building your mind, body, and spirit.
My name is Hise, and I'm 22 years old. I started doing cold exposure a couple months ago. I think it's important to challenge yourself as much as you can, and this is certainly a challenge, for sure. I just feel very, very centered with it. It's a good start to the day to, if I do this in the morning and do something I really don't want to do, everything else that I really don't want to do is a little bit easier. And shifting your view of those obstacles from things that you have to endure or things that you have to suffer through, and instead viewing them as opportunities to grow.
And then when I get out, I feel incredible. I mean, you get the endorphin release and the serotonin, and you feel amazing when you're done. And it's that sense of I've done something that's hard that I don't want to do. From a mental health perspective, is something that's really helped me. And the more I've done it, the easier it gets.
There's no better feeling. You feel alive and refreshed and recharged. You know, cool extremes that you experience versus when you're in there versus, you know, after you get out, you start to warm up.
And to do it outside in nature is really an added perk.
Coolest things about living in Durango is the fact that we have the Animas River. There's just something special about living near a river. It's good for your soul, you know, even if you're not going to get in it.
Yeah.
I think it's a very grounding experience to be out in nature, and especially personally because I grew up coming to the river, coming down here every day during the summers and walking past it on my way to school. Now viewing it as a center of calmness and a place where I can feel healed.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for the Animas River, and especially having something so energetic just running through the town, so I can just go and do a super quick cold plunge. And I definitely believe that this river holds a lot of energy and power.
I would recommend the cold therapy to anybody.